Generic intro in the Daku's. You're back with some more Overanalyzing Avatar. Today we have the library, which had the super freaky owl that actually kind of scared me a little bit when I was a kid. It's going to be an interesting episode. This is also the episode where Appa got taken by like the sand benders or sand drifters or whatever they're called. I'm not really sure. You want to check my reaction to the last episode of Overanalyzing Avatar, which was Bitter Work. I'll leave it right up there. Also, give a link down below in the description. Also going to play this on my channel with all the other Overanalyzing Avatar reactions. Go in chronological order. I have learned so much about Avatar through this, through reading the comments, so much about Avatar. Also, shout out to Kemp Dog. Does great breakdowns of My Hero Academia and Avatar and Korra and all that, and he just became an Insane patron, so he's gonna have a chance to win a signed duck every single month. That's for my Insane and Super Insane patrons. If you want to support the channel that way, get my videos a day early and get your name down there to be seen by millions of people. But I really hope you're having a wonderful day. Hopefully I can make it a tiny little bit better. Like I said, I read every single comment. This should be an interesting episode. I'm not really sure what his opinion of it's going to be, but the next one's going to be the one with the desert with it's the Quinchius, and then we have Serpent's Pass, which is not a good episode, and then we have the Drill, which is one that I've seen so many times on, you know, they played on Nickelodeon, I guess. I was going to say Cartoon Network, but this was not a Cartoon Network show. Also, if anything's ever blurred, it's because of the YouTube copyright system. I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it. But let's go ahead and jump into the library. The library. If only I could read. Yeah, this is the episode when
looks like he knows how to play a
gets
woodwind
taken.
instrument. Who would have thought with him being an airbender and all?
Yeah.
Damn, now that I think about it, he could have slotted in perfectly to Iroh's band.
You bought a Sungi horn?
Why not?
For music night on the ship. Now, if we
Does he even need to blow into it, or could he just spin the air into
things
it?
to worry about? We should be making plans. Even if you do
Also, if anything's
master
ever
all of
blurred,
the elements,
it's
then what?
YouTube, not
it's
me.
Not like
I'm
we
sorry.
have a map of the Fire Nation.
It gets very annoying.
Should we just head west until we reach the Fire Lord's house?
Where does this sudden worry from Sokka come from anyway? It's very sudden that he's ultra worried about their time limit. In
Didn't
fact,
he almost
it's the
die
first
last
time that's
episode?
even mentioned in over a season.
I practice hard every day with Toph and Katara. I've been training my arrow off.
Okay, Avatar,
My
chill with the
arrow
curse
off.
word fake-outs. It's funny once in a while, but 2 episodes in a row ain't it?
We need some intelligence if we're gonna win this war.
All right,
Mama.
we'll finish our vacations and then we'll look for Sokka's intelligence.
Got him again! In this establishing shot, you
Got
can
him.
actually see the sand sailors at the sandbenders.
Sand sailors.
Along
Sandbenders,
with these
yep.
weird camel-looking things. Hey, that dog looks pretty fucking ordinary. There's probably a word for that.
Like a fox?
Mundane, usual,
Mundane,
regular, standard. So this is supposed to be a giant reference to Star Wars, right? You've got the
Is it?
Tusken Raiders, Mos Eisley. This guy over here has a fucking lightsaber.
One mango, please.
Never seen Star Wars, so I'm sure you know that.
These drinks go for 1 gold each?
That's
Those gotta be some
expensive.
pretty good smoothies.
Guess it's the desert, so.
No worries. I clean up easy.
Does wind just completely dry fabric instantly? I've never really done laundry with an
Yes,
industrial
'cause
fan,
it's-
so I don't know.
Which
Takes some
of
moisture.
the air temples do you hail from?
The Southern Temple.
Oh, splendid!
Why would you just have that
What
ready?
was the primary agricultural product of your people?
I like this dude. He's fired up. He found his passion. He's all in, baby. I can get behind a guy like this.
He's crazy.
What, no Fire Nation?
What do you mean, oh,
What
no
do you mean,
Fire
no-
Nation?
what do you mean,
There's
no
no
Fire
anything
Nation?
on this map. This is literally just the desert you're in.
Yeah.
According
what?
to legend, it was built by the great knowledge spirit Wan Shitong with the help of his
that
foxy
the owl?
knowledge seekers.
Little
So
foxes.
this spirit has attractive assistants, huh?
No, literal
I think he means
foxes.
they look like actual foxes,
Yeah.
Sokka.
I mean, Sokka's interpretation is more reasonable from the way this guy delivered it, right?
Literally.
Why would you ever think that they're actual foxes from the way he just said that?
I would not.
Shoo! Away from the bison!
Get him, Appa.
It's cool that the sandbenders are a whole other culture and can use their bending
like the
in
swamp
really interesting
people
ways. Like
for
they're simulating
earthbenders.
airbending here. And it's another of course they would moment because of course they would. This world is so fleshed out, dude. I wish Sokka kept this look for a little while longer. It's a good look on him. Aang actually looks at a slightly different interpretation of the library here than what they were looking at earlier. This one seems a
Yeah.
little smaller compared to the last one. I guess that's fine. Also at the bottom of this paper
what does it
there's
say?
a little notch that seems to morph in and out of existence.
Wait, what?
There it is!
Crazy the top battle like that. Good
Yeah,
on Tom.
yeah. She didn't actually.
What kind of animal is that?
Pretty normal fox.
Okay, guys, who the fuck put my fox on the y-axis?
I say you guys go ahead without me.
You got something against libraries?
I've held books before, and I gotta tell you, they don't exactly do it for me.
Fair.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Does Braille
Let
not
me know if
exist?
they have something you can listen to.
And now's a good time to bring up today's sponsor. This episode of Overanalyzing Avatar is brought to you by Audible. It's not actually.
Oh,
I'm not cool
I'm
enough
about
be
to say.
sponsored. Damn,
Yeah,
Sokka,
same.
where'd you get all
Well-
that rope? You think this is Zuko's nice-ass rope from last season?
Hey, This is some quality rope.
No, it's definitely not.
I'm not making you go underground ever again. You could stay out here with Toph.
Nice little callback to the Cave of Two Lovers here. Pretty
Yeah.
obvious one, but
Appa didn't enjoy
gotta
that.
mention it. In a few shots here, Momo's arms are colored fully black instead of the fully white that they're supposed to be.
I'm Professor Zay,
Oh,
head
really?
of anthropology at Ba Sing Se University.
You should leave the way you came. Unless you want to become a stuffed head of anthropology.
Okay,
Oh,
what am I
nice.
looking at right now? We've
I don't
got a
know.
walrus sheep, spider bat, and what the hell is
Axolotl?
Humans only bother learning
It's an
things to
axolotl
get the
or
edge
something.
on other humans.
You're right.
Like that firebender who came to this place a few years ago, looking to
That's
destroy
Zhao.
his enemy.
That's really cool continuity. Zhao had this throwaway line in the finale to last season.
Did
I
he?
was a young lieutenant serving under General Shu in the Earth Kingdom. I
Oh.
discovered a hidden library, underground, in fact.
How,
I
by
tore
yourself?
through scroll after scroll. One of them contained
And
a
he survived.
detailed illustration and the words moon and ocean. I knew then that these spirits could be found. And
That's crazy.
killed.
And that could have been it, just a throwaway line. But the fact
It
that the
wasn't.
gang actually ends up in this same library shows that the story was really fleshed
And that
out
the owl
before they
talks
even
about
started
him.
making the show. Holy moly, there are some cursed off-model Momo shots in this show, usually way off in the background, but this one's pretty bad.
That's
Prove your
Momo
worth as
is
scholars,
very
You
aware.
have to contribute some worthwhile knowledge.
Please accept this tome as a donation to your library.
First edition. Very nice.
How did you know that?
I love that line. I don't know
Swipe.
why. Once she talks like, oh shit, I didn't know you were coming in here packing that kind of heat.
I have an authentic waterbending scroll.
Paco gave the gang a bunch of scrolls at the start of the season, but this is the very scroll that Katara
From
stole
that
the Pirates
episode,
way back
from
in
the waterbending
weird
scroll.
Kick move and everything. It's weird that they decided to bring all these things down here, though, right? Like they thought they were on some Indiana Jones Tomb Raider mission, but they all decided
I
to
played
bring
through
these
Tomb Raider.
scrolls and books and stuff. It's a really nice touch that Op and Toph are sitting in the shadow of the tower. Like, of course
Yeah.
they would, but someone had to think of that.
The
detail.
sand is
That
probably
kind of thing
way
could've just
cooler.
got lost in the process so easily, but this show is so clearly beloved by its creators and animators that they really thought of everything that
They
they
did.
could.
Well, I don't see the way you do. I feel the vibrations in the ground with my feet, but the sand is so loose and shifty, it makes everything look fuzzy.
This is what I'm talking about.
That's
Toph
fair.
is this little unstoppable powerhouse when she's in her element. But because
But
of
you get
her
her on
unique
sand,
skill
she's
set and
useless.
drawbacks, something as simple as the environment can keep her from being even a little useful. That makes her such an interesting character that can feel organically weak when the writing calls for it. Toph is such a genius character, man.
Yeah, the way they made Toph. Oh, hey, wow,
Hey,
that
look
looks
at these
familiar.
weird lion turtle things.
Yeah, there are.
I never
actually a
realized
couple
that.
references to lion turtles before one
Yeah.
shows up in the finale, and this is the first one. I also like how the team has gear continuity. Like I mentioned in the past, Sokka's old bag, but now he's carrying around the new bag that he bought.
From-
Little stuff like that can go unnoticed pretty easily. Here's another
From the
shot where
Earthbending
Momo's
episode.
arms are black instead of white. It happens a lot. in
Why?
this episode. I'll shut up about it now.
Why though?
Firebenders.
Like they had to
destroyed
color that in,
everything
didn't
having
they?
to do with the Fire Nation.
This was probably just Zhao, right? He said
Probably,
he was
yeah.
a lieutenant when he found this place, so he might have had a few boys under his command when he found it. My question is, if Wan Shi Tong throws this kind of fit when the gang figures out the eclipse, how the hell did Zhao or any of his men make it out of here alive after doing this?
Yeah,
Behold,
and
cursed
wouldn't there
no-ponytail
probably still
Sokka. You will
be
never
smoke in there?
unsee this.
Hello, Fox. And
This
that's
room is a true marvel, a mechanical wonder.
and that's when they have to
It's
find
a
out the date.
planetarium that shows the heavens moving.
So this place was said to be built by Wan Shi Tong, but he couldn't have physically built it, right? Like with his wings and stuff. Like he doesn't have
how did he
hands.
build it?
Unless he can make complex machinery with some sort of spear magic, which isn't really how spirit stuff seems to work in this world at all.
Maybe it was
so
a
that
human?
raises the question: who built this? Even if Wan Shi Tong had
Maybe,
the
I don't
knowledge and the blueprints for it, someone had to help him, right? Like
Yeah,
an ancient
who?
Wan Shi Tong worshipping civilization. Here we go, getting into my weird theories again. All glory to the Owl God.
The Owl
Literally
God.
The darkest day in Fire Nation history. Now I get it. Something awful happened on that day. I don't know what, but I do know why.
Professor Zay in the background just loving life. Look
Yeah,
at this
he's
dude.
getting all the knowledge.
Firebenders lose their bending during a solar eclipse. Sorry.
Yeah,
That makes sense. I mean, think of what the lunar eclipse at
that
the
stuff's
North
so
Pole did to
cool.
the
How you
waterbenders.
can just
Yeah, that's a really
you know,
weird way to phrase
planetariums
that,
and stuff like
it wasn't
that.
exactly a lunar eclipse. It was more that a fish died and an entire celestial body had disappeared altogether. It's not like anything
Yeah.
was blocking it.
You don't understand.
Yeah, how
If
the moon
anyone's
just straight
evil, it's the
disappeared.
Fire Nation. You saw what they did to your library. They're destructive
It doesn't-
and
doesn't care.
dangerous. We need this information.
You think you're the first person to believe their war was justified?
Yeah.
Yes,
exactly.
Fuck. This is why spirits are so cool in this world. Your opinions are neither here nor there to them. They're
Whose votes
otherworldly
justify
and
their
weird and
wrong.
only concerned with their own doings. It's like Ko. What the fuck was Ko even about?
I don't know.
He had his rules that he followed though, so he wasn't totally alien. And just like that, Wan Shi-tong has his moral code that he enforces also. It's like play by the rules or face the consequences. Why are the rules the way they
or
are?
die.
Fuck you. That's why.
Also, how exactly did the
I already told you. I don't
how
wanna
did he
snuggle.
taxidermize
Alright,
heads?
Top's gonna have to add that one to the old list. Wait, Aang
Oh.
tucked his staff into his little waistcloth. Have we ever seen him do that? He might actually hold on to his staff if he starts thinking like that. And
Maybe.
notice this is one of the few times where he actually doesn't lose his staff, because if he did, he would have lost it forever when the library sank. I'm
But he
on
didn't.
you, Avatar writers.
Sokka, let's go!
But we still don't know when the next eclipse is gonna happen.
Don't be stupid. We'll find out later.
How?
No, we won't. If we leave this place, we'll never get the
Is
information.
this the only place that has a planetarium?
And come with me to the planetarium. I need cover.
Okay, I gotta admit, this kind of steals the whole rising action feel. You know what I mean? They've set it up really well.
And then
They're
they're gonna
sinking and they've
go
gotta make
back.
it back to the entrance before they get buried alive. Perfect. Great climax. But Sokka and Aang turning around here and going back to figure out the next eclipse really steals
wild.
any sense of urgency. Like, they don't know Toph is out there holding up the entire library.
No,
don't
they
know
have no
what
idea.
timer they're on. So Sokka wanting to turn around right now feels unreasonable. They could have easily just had the part where they figure out the next eclipse.
How
when
long
they're
did
in the
it take?
planetarium for the first time. Then Wan Shi-tong would have found them, and then big chase scene finale. What would have been wrong with that? Doing it this way adds effectively nothing. Doing it that way wouldn't have changed actually anything. And I think the pacing.
Notice
of the book
how
got a
even
lot
the
better.
building
This
moving
book
doesn't
actually
affect the
has
planetarium.
exact same cover as the book he gave to Wan Shi-tong.
You can't possibly check every single day.
I don't have to. We just need to check every day before Sozon's comet arrives.
It's like, come on, we don't have
Yeah.
that kind of time, or at least the show's trying to convey the fact that they don't have.
But
that
they have
kind
plenty of
of
time, it
That's
seems.
months away at this point.
To
How long
try
are they
so
in
many
here? How
days.
long does Toph have to hold this whole?
I mean, you can
building
tell
in
it gets
place?
closer.
This is a really big misstep for the climax of an episode.
Kind of crazy that so many people it takes to take down a sky bison. What is that, 5 dudes?
Don't make me put this down.
Miss. I wonder if they feel that inside when it just all of a sudden started dropping a lot
Thankfully,
faster.
they show Appa putting up a better fight in a later episode, but here I feel like any viewer will think that Appa put up a pretty weak effort at best.
Your waterbending won't do you much good here.
Why not?
I've studied northern water style, southern water style, even foggy swamp style.
Oh, so
Do
he
the
knows
people
about
of
the
the
swamp.
Foggy Swamp really have a recorded style? Like, do they make waterbending scrolls? Do they seem like the kind of guys that would
Maybe.
do that?
No, not
Right.
really. They don't seem.
Professor, let's go.
I'm
They don't
not
seem
leaving.
intelligent.
I can't. I've spent too long trying to find this place.
They'll die
There's
here.
not another collection of knowledge like this on Earth.
This is what I'm talking about. This dude is ride or die about reading stuff. Hell yeah. dude, read
Reading
those
stuff.
books. In this
What was
shot,
the point of the
you
knowledge,
see Sokka's
though?
makeshift boomerang grappling hook crash into the ground. Good thing too, because if you couldn't, I would have totally said boomerang should be lost with the library. What's weird is that it looks
But it
like
came
it's in
back.
its sheath here, even though Sokka definitely threw it as a grappling hook without the sheath
Yeah.
on it. So this episode's pretty good for the most part. Everything's really interesting, and for once, it's like an actual
The owl's
14
kinda
full
freaky.
story front to back. Even in episodes without Zuko and Iroh, we usually have 2 or 3 little stories going, but this one is just the whole gang the whole time as a squad. Other than the
Oh, there was
Alpha
no
Top
Zuko.
stuff, but that's right
Yeah.
at the very end. So yeah, I guess that's
That
a pretty
part hurts.
interesting little observation. Wan Shi-tong is cool. The idea for the library is cool. Professor
That and
Zay is a fun
foxes.
character to have around for one episode. And despite me giving Sokka a hard time about it at the start of the video, we did need something related to the main overarching plot eventually. And honestly, this is the start to one 8-episode long mission to get info about the eclipse to the
8
Earth. So
episodes?
this is a pretty
Jesus.
important one. And even though I think
Which
the climax of this
will
episode
probably
was
be
handled
until the end
pretty
of the
poorly,
season.
I still think the episode holds up pretty well. Hello, patrons
Oh,
and
God.
potential new patrons. If you'd like to be 2 episodes ahead of the YouTube release,
Kim
you
Dog
can
just became a
support me on
patron.
Patreon
Shout
for
out to
just
you.
a few bucks. And of course, the link to that Patreon is in the description below the video. Biggest shoutouts of all go to Fritz Sullivan, who is the sole inspiration for over 750 award-winning films. Keegan
Really?
Scott, who has the brain of Einstein, literally. He
Literally?
took it from him. Skylar,
Oh.
who actually won his high school 100-meter dash while running on only his hands. And Snoopy, who can pin a fly to a tree from 100 yards away without killing it. Other
Oh.
huge shoutouts go to my other top patrons: Be My Valentine, Coach
Lord.
Gareth Cornwell, DJ Jax, Do Mutual Aid, Eleonora Rose,
Just
Garmer,
wild.
Glintwalk, Most Super of Snippers, Nicholas Abbott, Flarkler Glass, and Tiago Nascimento. Next up is the Desert, and I'm pretty sure
Desert.
everyone likes that
Quincius.
one. Well, everyone except Aang, I guess.
Oh man, the Ezra, it's gonna be the quinchiest. I love how that's become a meme. I like how Avatar, like back in the day if Avatar was coming out, there would have been memes about it, like so many memes about it, but nowadays there's only a few things from Avatar that have become memes, and being the quinchiest is definitely one of those. The cactus juice. We had the Serpent's Pass. I'm still trying to figure out what's gonna be his least favorite episode in all of Avatar, but the owl, was definitely freaky. I don't know if it was just like the voice or the fact that it turned into kind of like an owl dragon thing with like the super long neck. I'm not really sure. Episode kind of scared me a little bit. Also, being buried alive is also a little bit terrifying, but I don't really have a fear of that necessarily. I've gone spelunking in caves before. But the library, great episode. Kim Dog's going to have a great comment down below breaking down the significance all outside of what Overanalyzing Avatar talked about, because Kim Dog just goes into that much detail. But I do read every single comment as well. So definitely leave some down below. Hope you're subscribed to those future videos. There'll be another one of these come out next Thursday at 3:30 p.m. Also at 4 p.m. today is going to be Dragon Ball Z Abridged Kai episode 2 with Kirby. So definitely check that out. And then there's going to be an Alfred video an hour after this video, of course. And then tomorrow's going to be more videos. Become a patron. $3 a month. All my videos a day early. But I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Hopefully I made your time a little better. But until the next video, take care and keep the music.